I'm here with Edwin at a local church and elementary school, and the job today is to get about 5 feet underground to fix a broken water main using this bobcat backhoe.
The material type is ductile iron, and how that usually forms its leaks is a split all the way around the pipe just in one section. You put a clamp right there. It's pretty much gonna look like a fracture, like it was just cut by a saw right there.
It's gonna be a long day, huh?
It's gonna be real quick once we get started.
Yeah, spoilers, it would not be quick. We take a look at the leak, which has helpfully been marked for us with this cone. You can see the areas without snow are totally waterlogged, which is making a nice little bird bath. We can't start digging until the utilities have been marked, so we take this time to scope out the shutoff valves.
Here and there are little openings for valves.
While we're waiting, Taki heads to the shop to pick up our repair clamp as well as a water key. About an hour later, the utilities company arrives and we head over to check in. All he needs from us is to know the area of the dig, and his job is to consult the utility plans for the property and mark any lines so we don't accidentally hit anything. These could be power lines, sewer, gas, but the orange paint he's using indicates communications lines in this case. Luckily, it's quite far from the leak and shouldn't be an issue. We're ready to get started now, and Edwin gives me a quick rundown on the backhoe.
That one locks you in place and actually allows you to operate. These two pedals here on the floor, you kick out. Just do everything with your feet. These go with the two treads. Forward, so this one going forward, this one going forward, and back and back. This will lift up the arm, and this will turn. This one's going to curl your bucket in right there, and this one is going to extend up and down.
We make our way across the parking lot and get into place.
Everyone's ready? Ready?
Taki shuts the water off, and now we can finally break ground. The good thing about the leak is that the dirt is very soft, which makes it easier to dig through. Once we're a little ways down, we realize we're a bit off of the pipe. You can see the water pouring out the side here, so we reposition and start coming down again. We don't want to risk breaking the pipe further with the backhoe, so as we get closer, Taki hops in to uncover the pipe by hand. And you can see it's a clean break, as Edwin predicted.
And that's how they break, just right all the way around.
We clean the area around the break to prep it for the clamp. You don't have to be able to eat off of it, but we want to make sure there's good contact there.
It's a rubber sleeve inside of a metal sheath, and it's buttoned up by these long bolts.
Ease on.
These pipe joint lubricant. And you lather it liberally inside here. If it starts pinching and it folds, you won't get a complete seal. It's got not a texture, but divots like dimples like waffles, so that the rubber can flex. It's slippery. It's got a seat for the head of it, so that it won't spin. It'll hold itself on that end. You just got to tighten the nut onto that bolt. So you put that long center bolt in there first. You tighten that one up more than snug, and then you work from that one to the bolts 2 and 4, and then 1 and 5. I'm numbering them 1 through 5.
We've got the clamp on, so Edwin starts to call in the inspection. But as we turn the water on, that proves to be premature.
Turn both of these off. Huh? Close? Another leak? Okay.
We're still getting a drip from the sides of the clamp, so Edwin hops back in to try tightening it up. Doesn't look like that's cutting it though, so we decide to make some more space above the break so that we can try repositioning the clamp. Taki makes himself a one-way escalator and uncovers the pipe to remove the clamp.
He's right on it. I can see it.
He cleans the pipe again, making sure there's no debris stopping it from getting a good seal. We try it at a new angle, and we want to make sure it's as tight as possible. That's when Edwin gets an idea for some extra leverage on the bolts.
Easy like butter.
It's working, but a bit unwieldy, so we cut it down to a more manageable size.
Butter.
Unfortunately, it looks like this clamp has warped a bit.
Oh. What do you need? Taki says that the ridge at the top where the bolts connect, pinching right there. Right at the top.
We don't want to give up yet, though, so we get it back on and extra tight with the help of our new lever.
Turn on the water? Yeah. Let me know you're...
But with our second test, it's clear we're going to need a new clamp.
Still leaking.
Fortunately for us, this job isn't too far from the shop, so we head over to pick up a replacement along with some more pipe snot. By the time we get back, we're beginning to lose the light.
Taki!
While we were gone, water has seeped back into the hole, so we have to dig back down again. We get to it and pull off the bent clamp and prep the new one.
Right, Taki, go ahead.
Sitting on the water?
Yeah, I guess. I don't care.
We're still getting a leak, and Edwin thinks the pressure in the line may be the cause.
Because if I keep trying to tighten it right now, I think we're gonna run into the same issue. Water pressure pressing up on the top right there on that ridge, causing it to balloon.
We do have a way to counteract that, which is to open up the nearby hydrant and reduce some of the water pressure. We tighten it down, but the leak isn't stopping. After pulling the clamp off, we can see it's buckled in the same spot the first clamp did. This isn't going to work no matter how much we tighten it. We don't want to leave the job unfinished and the church without water, so we decide to try a third clamp. By the time Taki gets back, the sun's set and it's getting brutally cold. It's about 15 degrees out. We really need this to work, so we lube the clamp up generously.
You need to slide.
Edwin gets the clamp on and tightens it as much as he can while I warm up in the bobcat. I'm crossing my fingers as we do our third test, turning the water back on again.
Go ahead. Go slow, yeah.
But it's just not in the cards for us. Obviously, there's something wrong here. 2 bent clamps might be a coincidence, but 3 is a pattern. We measure the pipe because we're starting to believe the clamps are not the right size. At this time of night, it's too late for us to pick up a larger one. It's been 12 hours and we have to call it at this point. We shut the water off, pack up, and tape off the dig site. It's definitely a downer, but this job is far from over. Stay tuned and I'll show you what happened in the morning.